back to the next episode of the One Up Spot podcast. This is the third episode now.
Yes.
Which is insane. We do not look like ourselves. No. We are currently in cosplay. This is Robin.
Hi.
And this is Sanji. So welcome back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually Mocha, and this is...
Yeah.
Copycat, yes. But yes, welcome back, everybody. I had such a blast last episode talking about all things DMC related, and it was just so good.
It was the best.
It was so good.
It was the best.
I really had a good time sharing with you guys, like, my experience, for the first time, and... I was happy to hear your thoughts regarding that episode. So
I was very excited to get to talk about it just in general because it's one of my favorite things. So getting to sit down and chat with you and hear everybody else's responses to it made me really excited. So.
Absolutely. So, but yes, this episode we're actually talking about cosplay.
What?
So if you didn't know, we cosplay.
Now you know.
Now you know. No, but we are cosplaying Sanji from One Piece and Robin from One Piece. So, I'm really proud of how this came out because this is my husbando, for those who do not know.
So good.
I've tried very hard. I have been literally, this takes me, as Kat knows now, because Kat was literally there with me. This takes me, almost damn near 3 hours to get into.
I feel like the most part of it, too, is just your eyebrows, because he's got the weird curly cute eyebrows.
The eyebrows are, they probably take me a good, solid half an hour, 45 minutes just to do my eyebrows.
Yep.
So, because this is completely drawn on. This is, it's blocked. I blocked my brows and everything like that. And
I think, it took you it took me about an hour to get ready, and I think you had finally finished and moved on by the time I was done.
Yeah. I finally finished my brows by the time Kat was done. So, and I had basically the rest of my face to do, which... It takes a while, but...
changing up your facial features for cosplay.
Yeah, so this is, the most I've ever changed my facial features or anything like that, so... But yeah, so I guess we're gonna get into it because I'm really excited to hear your thoughts and everything like that about cosplay and things. So my question to you, and I already know this answer... But, for the viewers who do not know, when did you start cosplaying?
My very first cosplay was in March of 2014.
Mm-hmm. And you were cosplaying as?
Urza Scarlet's Clear Heart armor from
Fairy Tail.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah.
It was
and you were at what convention?
Animarathon. It was the easiest. I'd always wanted to cosplay, but I got... It's a lot. It does take a lot to finally work up the courage to cosplay.
Oh, for sure.
So, I actually made the cosplay, too. It was my first made cosplay because I didn't really... Because I was in college still, and I didn't want to go purchase something that I felt like I could do myself, and I actually found a really cool hack how to do her pants.
Oh, yeah.
I had got... someone had talked about these very specific style of pants, and then I just did the flames at the bottom, and I wore, a really I put...
a bandeau.
Yeah, I wore a white bandeau and I put medical tape on it to imitate the medical tape.
Yeah.
I didn't have the swords at the time, but the wig was really easy to get too because it was already in existence because it's just a little...
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I met you back then. Or no, I think I might have, but I didn't really know you back then.
We had just met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you didn't know, Kat and I actually went to the same college together, and that's kind of how we met. Which we'll probably dive into, I think, our little bit of our life and stuff like that, probably at a later episode, I would think.
Yeah, I'd like to.
And just kind of talk about, where we came from and everything like that. But for this episode, we're more diving into the cosplay realm.
Yeah.
And perhaps another episode we might dive more into, conventions and, horror stories of conventions and just
plenty.
In general, where we go and... you know, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, I started cosplaying. My first cosplay was Gumi from, she's actually a Vocaloid. And for those who do not know what a Vocaloid is, look it up. It's actually really interesting. It's basically a synthesizer. Basically a vocal synthesizer is what it is. So it's Miku, if anybody knows Hatsune Miku, right? And actually, I think I have a figure.
I was gonna say, I feel like most people know who Miku is.
Yeah, I have a little figure of Miku. Yeah, so she's like the girl with like the blue like pigtails and things like that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, Gumi, actually I have a figure of Gumi, speaking of, we actually got this from Japan, for those, adorable. Yeah, so she's like the little green haired, like, she has like little spokes, and, she's really, like, got a really cute, like, design to her, and she has like normally like, goggles, for her, you know, for her, the top of her hair, but anyway, so yeah, she was my first cosplay. I actually, for my first cosplay, I didn't have a wig. I basically spray painted my hair green. You know, like the Party City. Does anybody? Yeah. So Party City had like the green haired colored things, or like, you know, like red and
hairspray.
There's like that hairspray, right? So that's what I did with my hair, because my hair was actually like short and it looked exactly like Gumi style. So I just decided to spray paint, well, not spray paint, but you know, like the colored paint, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like from Party City, that you would go to, like, I don't know, for football events and things, you would usually see that. So yeah, and then, you know, in terms of my cosplay, I think I bought my cosplay. That was like, I didn't make my cosplay, so I bought my cosplay. And I had to adjust my cosplay, like, quite a bit, because I didn't realize it was Chinese sizes. So it was entirely too small for me back then. So I had to adjust. But, you know, but other than that, you know, I had a really good time. We went to, ColossalCon actually was my first convention. So, and that was 2012. So was the year. So it was a while ago. And actually, you know, one of my friends, kind of how that happened was one of my friends actually, they were like, well, you know, if you're not doing anything, we have this convention and it's like an anime convention. I'm like, oh, this is weird. Like, cosplaying is weird. Like, I'm like, what is cosplay? Right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of how that came to be. But what I want to ask you, Kat, what is your favorite thing about cosplaying?
Oh, that's hard. Honestly, I think it's just the idea of being able to be a character that you admire from a video game or a show that you really, really like. Because, like, I like Robin, for example. She's my favorite character in One Piece.
Right.
So getting to be her and embody that, like, it really changes you.
Yeah.
In, like, a good way. Like, you feel more confident because you are that person for that moment.
Yeah. I agree. I think that, you know, especially wearing my husbando, right, of life, it has given me so much confidence. Like, I have never felt like this confidence boost in my life before. So it's really interesting to, I don't know. It's a really interesting thing to cosplay your, like, waifu or husbando. I think is, like, peak. I mean, I've literally peaked. I've literally cosplayed my waifu and my husbando, so.
Because cosplaying Tifa really made me feel very confident in myself, because I've always looked up and, like, loved Tifa. Yes,
but wait until you cosplay V, though.
I do want to cosplay V.
That's gonna be so good.
Someday, soon, hopefully.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. It's a lot of
but tattoos. So it is a lot, but I will help. But yeah, and that's the beauty about cosplaying too, is that especially if you have friends that cosplay, they will help you in your cosplays.
That's love.
That it really you basically have to
the test of friendship right there.
Yes. When you get into cosplays with each other, basically in a con room, or if you just, you know,
Yep. Whatever it
Yep.
takes.
So, but yeah, my favorite thing about cosplay, I would say, it is confidence. And I really also like the creativity.
Yes.
Of cosplaying a character you admire. So, for example, like, I don't know, like, especially with, for me, it's like, especially with the Gajinkas.
Yes, the Gajinkas.
And things like that. I feel like you have a lot more, like, possibility, and you have, like, more, like, creativity that you can put into the cosplay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that was just kind of, like, one of my favorite things. And, of course, like, the people and things, you know.
The friends you make.
The friends you make while in cosplay, I think, is one of the best things. What is some of the best memories of you in cosplay?
Oh, gosh. We met a lot of friends from it.
We met a lot of friends.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we did.
Because that's the crazy thing, like you just said. You are that character with your one group of friends.
Yes.
And then you run into other people who are also cosplaying from that series or show or video game
Yeah.
or whatever. And then it's just like...
Oh my god.
It's one of my favorite moments ever is when you actually bond with other people.
I agree.
And
over some of your favorite, like, shows or whatever.
Or, like, you meet somebody
Games.
who's also cosplaying the character and you guys have that connection.
God. That is one of the best freaking connections.
Yes.
Because... like, I know, like, I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, I know, like, Erza, like, I cosplayed Erza as well, so Kat cosplayed Erza, and I cosplayed Erza, different versions, but, I know, like, if we ever met, like, another Erza cosplayer, I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? It's like the Spider-Man, like, you're you, and you're you, and then... Right? Yeah, exactly. If you don't know that meme, I'm going to put that up right here.
Yeah,
I'm just going to show it. Yep. So, but yeah, no, that's one of the best things too. I really enjoy it. I'm really happy that we have met so many good friends, you know, along the way. For sure. I definitely agree that that's probably one of my best memories too. I would say, like, a specific memory. So, like, what is a specific memory that you remember that is, like, your favorite?
The Sailor Scout photo shoot.
Oh my god!
We had every Sailor Scout at OhioCon, correct?
Yes.
And, like, every single one of us, all of them. We even had Mini Moon.
We had all of the Sailor Scouts, including Sailor Dude.
Oh yeah, we had a Sailor Dude. We had
a tuxedo mask as well.
Tuxedo mask, yes.
Yes. We did a big shoot. I'll show a picture right here. And if you don't know, our photographer was amazing,
yes.
Which is Maji. And if you don't follow Maji, you really should. I will make sure to tag them, because their cosplay photography is absolutely out of this world.
I always want to try to work with them.
Yes, we're gonna talk about cosplay photo shoots and photographers and stuff in a minute. But yeah, no, that I agree, because I think, because Sailor Jupiter was also, like, one of my waifus. And I think when I don't think I've ever cried when being in cosplay, like, for, you know, in a good way. And until I cosplayed Sailor Jupiter. And then also I cried once I got into Sanji. So, I think, you know, those were huge moments for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with you. I think that was one of my favorite moments as well.
Yeah. 'Cause I always loved Sailor Mars, and I loved her so much. So getting to be Mars was just...
And your Mars was just so good.
Thank you. I love Sailor Mars.
Yeah. She was really good. And I don't know. I agree. I think that that photo shoot in specific, I think, was one of my favorite, because we got to, like, mess around and fuck around and but, like, also, like, look amazing, and just everybody looks so good.
We got stopped a lot.
We really did. Actually, while we were kind of walking down the hall, like, to the photo shoot, there was actually people playing, like, I'm trying to, like, the Sailor Moon theme and stuff, like, as we were kind of passing by. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was like, I'm trying to think of another good, like, really solid moment. Oh my god, okay, so we were kind of in the hallway. Oh gosh. So there's two,
Oh,
and I want to talk about voice actors too, really fast.
Yes.
So, I was cosplaying as Futaba, and my husband was cosplaying as Ryuji, and it was at ColossalCon, and while we were in the hallway kind of just chilling, like, on the side of the, con floor, right, Max Middleman, he was, walking down the hallway, saw my husband cosplaying as Ryuji, and screamed over at him and said, "Nice Ryuji cosplay," to my husband.
I remember that.
And Jeff freaked the fuck out. Like, my husband freaked out. So that was a fun moment. And then another moment was when we were at ColossalCon East one year, and I don't know, I think it was last year maybe? Mika Burton.
Oh,
So we met Mika Burton.
We did.
And we were cosplaying as the Mighty Nine. So I was cosplayed as Not, and Kat was cosplayed as Molly Mock. And we had like a little group too, and basically we got to I don't know why she trusted us with this, but she gave us money to go get her dice.
Because she couldn't leave her little booth that she was,
But, like, she gave us money to go get her dice and then bring it back to her, and we did. And that was a really interesting, fun experience, and we have a little picture with her, too, so I'll put it up here, too. It was a good moment. It was definitely a good moment in time. So, yeah, I think those were some of the best memories. Any time with our Weep Squad as well, I think, is a really good moment. Especially like as Team Skull, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Throughout the hallways. So so I kind of want to talk about, like, cosplayers that we look up to.
Oh gosh, there's so many, I feel like.
What are some that you look up to?
I know Fawn Nina,
Oh,
I looked up.
Nina.
I think she still cosplays, correct?
She does.
Okay. I look up to her a lot. I always did when I started. I look up to her probably the most. Who else do I look? Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. Moderately okay.
Okay, yes.
John. He's just fantastic.
He's just a really all-around good guy. We actually got to meet Nina, though.
We did meet Nina, yes.
We did meet Nina. I think we actually have a picture of Nina, too, with us. Like, I think we did a group picture. I think we met at YomaCon, was kind of how we met her.
Yes.
So that was kind of fun. I think we have a picture, so if we do, I'll put it up. Yeah, so moderately okay. Yeah. For me, it's, yeah, I also agree with Nina and John, moderately okay. And I really like Akros.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Akros. And I also really love Candy Lion, actually. Drew is a big inspiration for me, because all of her cosplays are just absolutely fantastic, out of this world. And she actually started streaming, so
that's exciting.
It's kind of funny because I'm like, a lot of the, I know John streams too.
Yeah, he does.
And Nina also does too. But it's really funny because a lot of, like, streamers are also cosplayers. So that's kind of funny.
I think the creativity just goes hand in hand.
Yeah, agreed. So we actually did a video up on my YouTube page, I want to say a while ago.
I know. Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about? It's an old video. But we're talking about crossplay, which is basically what I am doing right now, which is you're basically cosplaying as the opposite gender of what you are.
Yeah.
Yes. So We have a full video of that. It's kind of cursed. No.
It's
no.
I have changed though how I do male makeup since then.
Yes. Same.
Because male makeup is a lot different than for a female for female cosplay.
Yes, 100%.
Because their facial features are different. So, we've learned a lot since then.
We have learned a lot. Different techniques, I think, that we've learned. Binders are a huge thing, for that. Mm-hmm. It's very different. It is very different. But definitely, I don't know. But in a way, like, I kind of feel like it's more, I don't know, like, almost more creative. Yeah. Like, if that makes sense, because you have to do a lot different, like, with your facial features and things. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. So what are some good cosplay tips? What would you, like, what are some cosplay tips, I guess, you wish that you would have received, like, when you started?
Do it regardless of what other people are going to say.
I agree.
I know that's probably not, like, a full, tip, like, on building anything, but I see people all the time saying, oh, I would never be good about, as this person. And I'm like, no, just do it. If you want to cosplay that person, just do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I agree.
You'll look amazing anyways, trust me.
Yes.
And, maybe not so much a tip, but fun fact that I learned. You can heat gun foam, and it shrinks when you cut into it, and it makes designs pop. So if you ever need to detail EVA foam, X-Acto blade it and then heat it with a heat gun. Don't get too close to it; you'll burn it. But it shrinks it, and then the details pop up. That's how I did my fuse shadow.
Oh. Yeah, Kat has a really neat fuse shadow, too. I think you actually have it behind you on your stream, right?
I do, and everyone asks me about it all the time. They're like, is that Midna's helm? And I'm like, yes.
It's so good, too. Oh, my gosh. No, but I agree. I think that, I guess a good tip I would say, too, no matter what, even if you don't think that you suit the character, for example, I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting here right now cosplaying Sanji. Probably up until I had somebody else I look up to, which is Sammy's cosplay. And I highly recommend looking into them as well, because they do pretty much a bunch of One Piece cosplays. There's a bunch of Boku no Hero cosplays that they do. But they did cosplay Sanji, and I think that's kind of like what pushed me to cosplay him, because I don't know, it was one of those. I was like, I don't really suit him. I don't have the height. Like, I'm 5'2". I'm not 5'11". I don't even have the facial features for him, and I just didn't think I would suit him at all, and then she cosplayed him, and then I guess, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, well, she cosplays him, so maybe I can cosplay him. And that's kind of what happened. And so I guess what I'm saying is, if you don't think that you have the body type, if you don't think that you even remotely look like the character, if you have such a deep love for the character, I highly recommend just giving it a try. I did cosplay Sanji, I want to say a long time ago, but it was more of like a contest. But I don't know. I guess it goes to show, like, how much you can learn within, like, 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Like, with different techniques and things. So yeah, I would say if you ever love a character so much, you should cosplay it, for sure. Hands down. No matter what.
No matter what.
So, okay. So, my question to you, Kat, favorite cosplay that you do?
Tifa.
Tifa
or Midna.
I agree.
Tifa or Midna.
I agree. You are such a good Tifa, too. And your Midna is absolutely fantastic.
Because Tifa was someone that I always wanted to cosplay, and I finally said, screw it, I'm doing it.
I'm happy that you did.
And I always loved Midna was the same way. I was like, I want to cosplay Midna. Well, how do I get the helm? I guess I'm going to make the helm.
Oh, gosh.
And I did.
That took you forever.
6 months. It took me 6 months to make that helm.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a process.
It looks so good, too, you guys. I'm going to put pictures up here of Kat in Midna and Tifa. Their cosplays are... Your cosplays of them are so good.
No, you're breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
What about you?
Oh, God. That's such a hard question. Because it's like... You cosplay so many characters.
Oh, yeah, especially over the years.
You cosplay so many characters, and I guess it kind of comes down to, for me, like, who would I see, like, who would I party as? Like, who could I see myself, or who am I, like, the most, like, I don't know, proud of, like, cosplay-wise?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it's gonna be Sailor Jupiter. That was one of them. Or honestly, Sanji. I love this man so much, and because I don't know, I've gotten a lot of outpour of love for him, and I feel like that's how you feel with like Tifa and like Midna too. I don't know, and like I also really love Chopper. I love cosplaying as Chopper, and a lot of people love Chopper. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's there's too many, and I really love cosplaying as Phoebe. There's so many cosplays, you guys, but if I had to pick two, I think it would be Sailor Jupiter and Sanji. I think are my favorites cosplaying. So what is your least favorite cosplay that you've done?
Ooh.
Right?
Oh, I
like I know, like when I started writing these like little questions, I had to think myself.
Let me think. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Takes you a second, right?
Oh yeah, because I have to think of all the ones that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Oh, that's hard. I don't necessarily know if I necessarily hate one. I said that word too many times. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
No, because I loved being Fran. Fran was a blast. Yes, I loved being Fran. Damn.
Right?
That's really hard. I'm trying to think of all the cosplay.
Do you want me to go first?
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
I never really liked my Sugawara. I love Suga.
Right.
I never liked
your cosplay.
I had just started getting into like learning how to do makeup for like
men.
for male cosplay, and it just never. I had learned so much since then, but it just I never did it right, and then obviously we just you have to move on from certain cosplays, so we never did it again, and I just never did it right. Maybe someday.
No, I feel that. I understand, but I did like yours. I do love your Suka.
See, that's hard though, because I didn't hate it. It was just if I had to pick one, that's probably the one that I just was never like. Yeah,
I understand that. So for me, it was Tanishima Popora. She was from Working. I'm gonna put up all the characters that I talk about. I probably will put up pictures of, so you guys can see what we're talking about. I had one picture of this, and it's never coming to surface again. I think that if I did it, I probably would be okay if I did it differently, because again, I was also still learning. Yeah. It was still, and I remember, and actually it's so funny because like that cosplay specifically, it's so funny because I had two other people cosplaying it with me, and those two other people like literally did not like the cosplay either. So it was like, they didn't like their own cosplays. So we were basically all in a group of, we just don't like this cosplay that we have. And I don't know. I don't know what it was about it. I think it was like, so it was kind of like a last minute cosplay. It was last minute cosplay, and it was like on a Sunday of con. Oh, and you know, Sundays of cons, I mean, people do, like, I don't know. For us, I feel, yeah, we are not people. If we do, if we do, like, a cosplay on a Sunday, it's gonna be It's going to be something comfy cosplay, if at all. If at all, it's gonna be something I can easily get into and not have to do as much makeup to. Or, like, if we have to drive home in it. No. Yeah. Yeah, no. Especially for a long time. Like, it'd be different if it was, like, I don't know, Colossal Con, because, like, that's only an hour away. But, like, I don't know. Like, but at the same time, it's like... Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, no, it was just, like, one of those cosplays. We all just hated it. And, I don't know, I think it was the wig. It was, like, a mixture between the wig and then, like, the actual cosplay just not looking or feeling right. Yeah. I don't know. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if anybody else feels the same way about certain cosplays of theirs, but, like, yeah, you know when a cosplay just doesn't suit you. Like, it fit me nice, it just didn't suit me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that was just kind of my experience with it, because I don't think I actually styled the wig. So maybe, like, if but I also didn't know how to style wigs. Right. You learned a lot since then. Oh my god. Which we're going to talk about wig styling too. Because I have a lot to say about that. I don't really, but we'll talk, because I had to do a lot for this one. But anyway, no, I do a lot for, like, all of my friends basically, but it's okay. We appreciate you. No problem. All right. So, what advice would you give to someone just starting with cosplay? So, you said just go for it. I know that was, like, one of your things, but, like, just starting. Do a cosplay that I think has easier accessibility with things. Now, thank God most days, you know, we have easier accessibility to getting what you need for the cosplay. Yeah. But if you don't know how to... Basically, what I would say is, like, don't throw yourself into one that's, like, a huge armor build, because while they look fantastic... Oh, yeah. Don't do that to yourself. You know, kind of start off with, like, an outfit that is either easily sewn, if you know how to do that, and can make very easily, or one that can easily be purchased that's also, like, you know, that does have good measurements and fits and looks nice, too. Yeah. Because I've seen people talk about they just got into it and they want to do that, and that, like... And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you're being over ambitious. That's going to be a lot, because that's going to be your entire time. Yeah. And when you don't really know what you're doing. Yes. Right. When you don't know what you're doing, you're just like. You're like. Deer in the headlights, help. And then, like, there's great resources out there. But, try, like, kind of ease into doing more of that stuff and learn. And YouTube is your friend. Yeah, I was gonna say, if YouTube is a great resource. And a lot of people do tutorials and stuff like that. And actually, I just did a Sanji cosplay tutorial, so you should check that out, because it's cool and it's on there. And a lot of people have been asking me about it, because I spend a lot of freaking time on this. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, YouTube is your friend. Highly suggest YouTube. I know that a lot of people actually have a lot of, like, different things to say, too, on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I found really good things for, like, I don't know, you know, suggestions on wigs and suggestions on cosplay makeup. Yeah. And, you know, things like that. So, YouTube is a good resource. Yeah. I agree with that, Kat. Yeah. I would say I honestly, I agree with your advice. No, I would totally say the same. I would say find a character that you really, really love and like, or a show that you really, really like, and also try and cosplay something that you have already seen seen or played, like the game or something, because you will get spoilers. I'm forewarning the people out there right now that have no idea what I'm talking about. There will be spoilers.
There will be.
Which we'll probably talk about in one of our other episodes about, like, conventions and things.
Yeah,
I
got some horror stories on that.
Yeah, so, just save yourself. Save yourself.
I agree with that, yeah. Try to make sure that you know almost as much as you possibly can about that character prior, at least up to the point of not being spoiled on things. Cause
Please.
People
don't know. And I speaking of spoilers.
I don't think people do it intentionally.
No.
Most of the time. I know people get very excited and they want to talk about things. But yeah, that's very important, is trying to make sure that you don't get spoiled.
Yes, and it's a sad day too. Like, for example, for me, I had something spoiled to me out of cosplay. Out of cosplay, okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is an offside rant, y'all.
No, go for it.
But, like, I went to Best Buy. I was just picking... I don't even know what I was doing.
Best Buy?
I went to Best Buy. I think I was picking up... I don't freaking know. I don't know. We have
What did you buy at Best Buy?
Probably some kind of light or something. I don't know. Because we're obsessed with the Hue lights. The Philip Hue lights. I don't know. We're obsessed with it. And we probably got another light bulb or something. And I was wearing my Critical Role shirt. I was wearing my Mighty Nine shirt, right? And I had something, I'm not going to say what it is because this is not the time for any spoilers, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But I had something very extreme spoiled to me that happened not even that long ago in the actual series of it. And I was quite upset. And I don't think they never even asked me, like, hey, where are you in the, show? And they kind of blurted it out. And that's kind of how I found out about some things that I'm not happy about. So, but anyway, I feel like you will get that, though. Like, if you cosplay a certain, series or character or something like that, like, there's only so much. Now, honestly, like, I feel like that's how it is for, like, One Piece fans, I'm gonna be honest, which is really sad because, it's such a long freaking show, and I don't know. Anyway, side tangent, but we'll talk about that another time. I guess my advice would be to just make sure that you, bringing it back, make sure that you cosplay from something that you have either, like, game that you beat or...
Oh, God, yeah.
A show that you've seen, like, basically all the way through. That's the best advice that I can give, to be honest with you.
That's the tea.
But if you're not going to a convention, it's a little different of a story. Yeah. But, like, I'm just saying, like, when you're going to conventions specifically, make sure that you, but anyway, the next thing, so buy, make, or thrift. So, like, what do you usually do?
I do a mixture, because I've made some things, like we've talked about. I made Urza's cosplay. I made the helm for Midna.
Right.
I've made some things for Prompto.
Yes.
I made all of Tifa,
Tifa, right.
I actually did some thrifting, though, for a lot of that. For a lot of the stuff, I will try to thrift it for, like, clothing, because, like, I actually found Prompto's, like, leopard pants at
a thrift shop, right?
I think it was Plato's Closet. They had them, and they were my size, and I picked them up.
Right.
Because he has those leopard pants.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is perfect for Prompto. But I don't know, I like working with craft foam. I have a lot of love for working with craft foam and making armor.
Kat is really good at making armor. I will say that. She's definitely learned a lot over the past few years, or so.
Fran was fun.
Fran was great.
Yeah, I made all of Fran's armor pieces.
Yeah.
I would like to up
you
my
said, yeah, you would like to like remake Fran at some point, right?
Yeah, because I didn't know that much back then, but it still turned out as best as I could.
Oh,
made it, but I know I can do better now.
Yeah, agreed. I also do a mixture myself. I feel like a lot of people do a mixture. I mean, I know a lot of people just primarily make your cosplay. If you can make your cosplay, hey, by all means, like, it just takes a lot of skill that I know a lot of people don't necessarily have, and it takes a lot of effort and time and resources to hone in that skill. But you know, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know, if you don't necessarily have that skill and you want to learn that skill, by all means, like, do so. But, you know, if you don't necessarily have the time, I guess what I'm saying, to hone in that skill, then, you know, buying is always there's no shame in buying cosplay. No. But yeah, there's no shame in buying cosplay. I mean, I do it all the time. I know a lot of people that do it, and if you don't have the time, like, it's totally fine. You know, you can definitely, especially like with makeup, I feel like you can do a lot of fun like creative things with makeup, you know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't feel, you know, don't feel too bad if you have to buy cosplay. Like, that's totally valid too. But yeah, I do a little mixture myself. You know, I have made things. My Vivi cosplay, we actually made. We've made Balthier's vest, which is for my husband. You know, we've made a bunch of props and things. So, you know, like scythes and guns and... Yeah, so, you know, definitely... If you can make it, you know, and you think that you can do better than, you know, what you see online or, you know, whatever, you know, highly recommend. I know Etsy is a good source for really cosplay in general, because there's a lot of people who make cosplay. And there's a lot of people who, you know, make props and things there, which highly recommend looking into. That's actually where I usually tend to go first now.
Yeah, same.
So I really recommend it. But yeah, I also thrift things. I know that, like, for example, Not the Brave, which I did a casual cosplay of Not the Brave. A lot of her items were thrifted. Some were actually, I bought like the mask from Etsy as well. But a lot of it was thrifted. So, you know, it just depends on your preference and what you want to do with the cosplay. And, you can also do kind of a mixture of, you can buy the cosplay and then rearrange the cosplay to fit you and to suit you. You know, you can do a lot with cosplay, I think. You know, whether you're buying or making or thrifting. I agree. So what is your most uncomfortable cosplay versus your most comfortable cosplay? What is your, we'll just start there.
A2 is the most uncomfortable
cosplay.
Because it's...
Oh, yeah.
Just, it's so tight. And not in, like, a bad way. Not, like, tight in the way of, like, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It's tight in just the way the outfit is on her.
Yeah.
That's how it looks on her, so that's what I have on. And it's so uncomfortable. I have to do a couple of things that you have to, like, do to make sure that things are all situated. Yeah. It's very, like, I love that character. Very, very uncomfortable for me personally. I
know, like, because Kat and I go to cons a lot, like, when we used to go to cons. And I know because we would always pretty much room together because, you know, we're best friends, it's fine. No, but like, I know that you had a lot of issues. I think when we had ColossalCon East that one year that we did, because I did 2B and Kat did A2, and my husband did Adam. And I remember you having a lot of issues with, especially the leg portion.
I wore like really tight skin-colored tights, and you basically had to come in and put them up my leg.
Yeah.
And we had to like fasten them, and they're in like the inner part of your leg, and it's very like
uncomfortable.
That's love though. Like that's a friend like who would do that for you, but oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad. But what's your most comfortable?
Oh, comfy wise? Tifa's pretty comfortable. I feel pretty like actually comfortable to wear. Like I don't have any issues with her. Her wig's not bad. Who else is comfortable? Pretty comfy in this. This is pretty comfy.
Yeah.
It's very like, you know, like it's very comfortable to wear. It's not heavy or anything like that. A lot of the armor style pieces tend to be really uncomfortable too, and most people think Midna's helm is very uncomfortable. I'm like, it's not that bad, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, there are worse things.
Yeah. No, for sure.
About you?
I'm gonna say my most uncomfortable cosplay has to be Jupiter.
Yeah, I know why.
Because I have a lot. So I love my Sailor Jupiter cosplay.
It's really nice.
But the wig... Oh,
yeah, your wig
my god. It was like the wig with the tiara. Because also, eventually, because we're going to be probably cosplaying, you know, Sailor Scouts again. Because my sister was supposed to cosplay Sailor Venus with us, but she had something going on. I think it was something with school or whatever.
I think so.
So, you know, we weren't able to have her in the group with us, and we promised her to, because she has the cosplay.
Yeah.
We were promising her that, you know, we will eventually, you know, be doing something with her. Which I still want to do. Yes. But, you know, I think eventually I want a different tiara, but this tiara that I got, I think I got it with the cosplay. It is just not good, and it was so bulky and, like, out there, and just... It was, I mean, it looks good. It, like, literally looks good, but, like, I had to maneuver it, like, in my head, basically, with my freaking wig.
Yeah, my tiara was nothing like yours.
Yeah. So I think it was, like, that, and then, like, mixed with, I mean, the actual, like, senshi, like, itself, like, the actual outfit, the cosplay, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't, like... the most comfortable thing, but it wasn't the most uncomfortable thing. So, and like, I guess my cosplay, I mean, it was a commissioned cosplay, and it was expensive too. But like, they didn't do the best on measurements, and I had to add a lot to it to make it look good. So, even though it actually looks really decent, I had to do a lot of work that I didn't expect. But yeah, I would think that is my most uncomfortable cosplay. I would say I don't want to say this is my most comfortable cosplay, because I'm gonna be honest, having your eye covered with your wig, or like, this is kind of, you know, the faux goatee is kind of, like, you know, uncomfortable. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's a lot of cosplays. Oh, gosh, there's a lot of cosplays. I would say probably Senko-san.
Oh.
My Senko-san.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that... and or I think my Yuna cosplay.
Oh yeah, Yuna.
But I do have to work on Yuna a little bit, but I'm very, very comfortable in Yuna. And Senko, I think Senko really is my most comfortable cosplay. Like, in terms of actual cosplay, in terms of, like the actual full outfit, not actually like, I don't know, like a spin-off, like casual cosplay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I have like Raftalia from Shield Hero, that I did, but it was more of like a casual cosplay of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for a real cosplay, I think Senko-san is my most comfortable. Yeah. Now, hardest cosplay item you made. I feel like I know the answer to this one.
Oh, I wonder, is it maybe perhaps?
Yeah,
the Fuse Shadow.
I'm thinking it is the Fuse Shadow.
Oh God, that Fuse Shadow.
That was a lot. That took you a long time to do too.
I started it in November of the year prior to the Colossal Con. I wore it and basically finished it a couple of weeks prior to before we left.
Yes.
But it is to scale to me.
Yes.
Because hers is to scale to her.
Yes.
I measured my head. I made stencils with I made stencils. I had to make them twice because the first time I did it, I didn't do it properly. I had mismeasured. I had to remeasure. I did that. I cut the pieces out, put the carved into them. Actually, I made 2 separate stencils because I stenciled the designs as well, and then laid that on top. And I punctured holes with a pencil before I X-Acto bladed into them, so I knew where I was going. And then it was a process. It was probably It took a lot of time to draw all of the tiny details. It's EVA foam. It's got clay the
Clamato clay, right?
Yeah, it's like the really lightweight air dry clay.
Yeah.
So I made the eye that sits here.
Oh, yeah.
And then I made the twin snakes that sit and meet in the middle. Those are all air dry clay. But once it was completely done, together.
Yeah, because you added moss too, didn't you?
Yeah, I added moss to it. I added something called pumice gel because it's a rock. And so I put a rock texture to it. It made it really... had like a gravelly looking texture.
Yes.
Because I used like that floor mat foam for it. And that floor mat foam, while it's smooth on one side, is not smooth on the other.
Right.
So I pumice gelled that so you couldn't tell. I went through so much pumice gel. I have so many cans of it because I bought so much of it off of Amazon.
Did you really?
Well, yeah, because it's so big and you had to... You wanted as much on each area as possible.
Right.
To cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. And then I put the wig in it too. Like the wig is sewn into it. Into the top of it.
Yeah, that's insane. I actually didn't know you still had the pumice.
I still have pumice gel.
Oh my god. No, I have to even think. So, really, I mean, in terms of the most difficult thing that only me, that I have made, honestly, is probably a wig, not a wig commission. It was actually a wig that I had to do for my sister, actually.
Yes.
It was a wig. But in terms of, like, actual cosplay things that I helped with, it has to be Balthier's vest.
Oh, that vest.
That took us months. I want to say either that or Vivi's cape.
Oh, yeah.
That also took me months. So it was that, and then, like, something I've made, though, like, is a wig. It definitely was a wig that I worked on, which was Riku from Final Fantasy X-2. So we did swimsuit versions of that, and I will show you that right up here. But, like, that wig, Riku's wig, is insanely hard to do. It took me weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Weeks. I think it actually took me a total of a month to actually do, and I was working on it almost every day. or every other day or something like that. But it took me a while because I had to like hot glue things. I've never hot glued wigs before, but that was a time. That and like just, you know, Suyu from Boku no Hero, that wig was really hard to do because that the bow on her back took me forever to do as well. So I think it was like wigs. Really, it was wigs for me. Okay, so moving on. Cosplay that you are most proud of.
I'm gonna have to say Midna.
Midna?
I have to. I put so much work into that,
You did.
and to see it all come together. I got the body, so I didn't make the little suit that I wear.
Yeah.
I did buy that. That was pretty easy to find. Thank God. And then I put I made the little ears for it too, and the ears sit in the
helm.
The ears are attached to the helm too. It was a process, and seeing it all come together that day with your sister as possessed Zelda.
I know. Oh my God, we're gonna show a picture too. Oh gosh, that was such a good freaking cosplay. I can't wait to eventually cosplay from Zelda.
Yes.
Eventually.
I want to be Impa at some point.
Oh,
so.
yes.
Yes.
You would rock Impa.
I love Impa so much.
So, but I feel like I need to play more Zelda.
You do.
And luckily Skyward Sword just came out for the Switch soon, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
But okay, so Midna. For me, honestly, I'm gonna say this, it's Sanji. That is my most proud, I think, cosplay that I've ever done. And I think it's just because I put so much time, and I did so many tests, and I did so many hours of this. Now, I bought the cosplay off of Amazon, to be honest, but like, I had to research how to do, like, I had to do different techniques for him, like blocking brows. Like, I did different contouring techniques. I did different, I did my lace beard. Like, I had to figure out how to, do that. I had to figure out, face taping. And it's just, like, I had to do so much extra research for this person. And not to mention that he's my favorite character. I don't know. I never thought in a million years I would be able to cosplay him. You know what I mean? So I guess it's just like, I'm so proud and so happy with how it looks. I don't think I've ever been so proud of a cosplay before.
Yeah.
I would say other than that, probably not.
Yeah.
Not the Brave. Especially with the paint, because that was actually my first attempt at body paint. I've never body painted before, and Knot was my first cosplay that I actually had to use body paint for. And I did a lot of really cool things with Knot, and I never wore ears before either, so it was a lot of new things happen with Knot. And I think that's kind of funny, because I feel like that's how it is with a lot of cosplays. Like, if it's like new to you and you've never done it before, I feel like you're prouder that because you had to learn, from it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess that would be my answer. Cosplay music videos and our experiences with cosplay music videos.
Are you talking about like the stuff that Justin's done?
Yes.
I was gonna say we've been in a few.
We have.
We've been Prompto and Noctis.
Yes. We were Team Skull.
Yep, we were Team Skull.
We did One Piece.
Yep, One Piece.
We did Fire Emblem.
We did do Fire Emblem. We were the Pokemon group in there too. The Evolutions, I think, is in there.
No, I don't think so. And I was in another cosplay music video as Senko-san, so that was another thing that I did. But yeah, I don't know. Cosplay music videos are very interesting to me. I think it's really fun that, you know, people actually go around and just do it for free, like for fun. You know what I mean? You know, so I think it's really interesting. And, you know, if you ever get asked, I guess, at a convention, you know, if you want to be a part of the cosplay music video, it's usually a really good experience, and I highly recommend it. You know, usually they're willing to work with you. It's for free. It's fun. You know what I mean?
And they usually lead you and kind of tell you what they would like you to do and all that. Yeah. So, and they're really, really good.
They're really good. Usually, I mean, most of the time I feel like you have to know people. Mm-hmm. But, you know, if you... And we usually work with one person in particular. His name is Justin. And his work I'll probably put in the you know, description box below. But, you know, he's been really sweet to us, and, you know, his cosplay music videos are great, and he's actually really doing some interesting things where, he does it, like, at home and things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where, like, because, you know, with COVID and everything, so it's really interesting to see, and I highly recommend it. It's a really interesting experience, that I think everybody should probably at least experience once in their life.
Yeah.
You know. So, and then we're going to talk about cosplay photo shoots. So, how many have you been a part of? And I think, what was your favorite shoot that you've ever done?
Oh gosh, I can't name how many because we've been to so many. So I don't know the number off the top of my head. Favorite, though, is hard. I'm not going to say the Sailor Moon one because we talked so much about that.
We did.
And I loved that. But nothing beats being part of a Final Fantasy photo shoot. At least for me personally.
Yeah.
Nothing beats being a part of a Final Fantasy photo shoot. Getting to see all of the different games being represented.
Oh, yeah.
And the love for the characters.
Yes. So good. Yeah. I agree with that. For me, like, my favorite photo shoot, I think has to go, besides, you know, our Sailor Scout photo shoot, because honestly, that was a dream come true, I think, for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
And it like, we still talk to our, you know...
We still have that group chat.
We still have a group chat with our peeps, and, like, I don't know, every once in a great while we'll say hello and stuff, so it's really interesting. But, I think my favorite photo shoot that I've done was actually, with my friend Robbie. So Rob Kebab Photography. I highly recommend looking into him if you are around the Ohio area. He is such a great friend. And I'm going to link his stuff too below.
Yes, please.
You know, Maji we've already talked about, but Rob is amazing. He's such a genuine, sweet guy. And I worked with him for the first time, and it was with a big Love Live group. I was in a Love Live group, and it was so surreal because we did it in the water park. So it was at ColossalCon East, and we did it inside, you know, the water park, and he was at the wave pool, and he was, like, getting down, like, on the ground, like, shooting up and stuff, and he was getting, like, waves crashed into him, and it was just...
Commitment.
It was commitment. It was a time. I had such a fun freaking time, and he just does amazing freaking work, and he's just a great person.
I hope to get to work with him in the future.
I actually really want to desperately work with him again because he is just such a sweetheart, and he is so understanding with, you know, money to situations and things. Yeah. So, but okay, so we're going to talk about cosplay groups versus solo. What do you prefer?
Groups.
I
don't mind cosplaying by myself if it's not a show that I'm into and if the rest of the group is. Yes. Because I'm not going to force myself to cosplay something that I don't want to.
Right.
But I feel like there's more fun to be had in a group because for me there's so many photo opportunities, not only just walking around and doing your own thing, but I feel like people are a bit more excited when you have a bigger group because you have more of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, to me, it's just been I've always had more fun with the group doing a cosplay. It's always fun texting each other and being like, hey, you want to do this group? Hey, let's do this group. I want to be so-and-so.
So much fun.
What's even better is I feel like all of us always end up picking a character that the other people don't want to cosplay. They want to cosplay somebody else. So we always have, like, somebody who wants to be that person. Like, one of the people.
Yeah. And if we, like, for example, if, like, we wanted to do, like, both or something. Like,
yeah,
like,
you could
we
just do both.
We do both. Or,
we just do both.
Yeah, or, like, perhaps, like, one version or another version, like, another time. Because I know, like, for example, eventually I want to cosplay Tifa.
Yeah.
Eventually. And, you know, I do want to cosplay, that's pretty much it. I do want to cosplay Tifa.
Yeah, but there's so many different versions of Tifa.
There's so many different versions of Tifa, and we were actually talking about cosplaying Tifa and Tifa.
Yes.
So
you want to do one of her dresses, and I was going to do the other.
Yeah,
and I was going to do the other.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just kind of, it's funny how that all works, and I agree. I would prefer groups as well.
Yeah.
I like cosplaying in groups because I really also feel like you just have more fun. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot more people are hyped. And,
yes.
You know, and you're right. I feel like a lot more people, like, stop you and talk to you or whatever, like, if you are in a group cosplay versus if you're solo. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with solo. Like, for example, I did Senko-san by myself. You know what I mean? She's from the Helpful Fox Senko-san, so, like, she's basically the main character. There's not really many people to cosplay from that anime, but I did it myself, you know?
Yeah, and I did Tifa by myself. No one else in the group really has cosplayed Seven with me yet, but I found a Barrett. That was fun. I did find a very good Barrett.
I will be Aerith.
Yes.
One of these days.
Yes.
And we will do also Turks at some point.
Oh, yes, I want to cosplay Song so bad.
I want to cosplay Reino. That is my boy. But anyway. So cosplay makeup. What is different? So can you, like, here, we're both going to kind of explain this because it's cosplay makeup, I feel, is so different than, like, regular makeup.
Oh, it is. Always.
What do you think of instantly when you think of, like, cosplay makeup?
The amount of time that it takes.
I mean, you're right. It takes a lot of time.
So here's the thing. I do, like, my own makeup, like, like regular everyday makeup that I do. I mean, I take my time and I do it, but, like, the techniques that I do for that is just a simple everyday thing. When it's cosplay makeup, you have to be so particular with your character because they're all not going to have the same face shape, eye shape, eyebrows, like, you never know what type of eyeshadow or the eyeliner.
Facial
structure, I think about just how time consuming it becomes.
I agree. And something I will say about cosplay makeup that I kind of learned over the years, especially with eyebrows. I think eyebrows are they're interesting in cosplay. I mean, obviously, this man has a curly eyebrow, right? Like, like, it's so different than, you know, a normal, like, looking eyebrow, right? But, like, I feel like with colored eyebrows in particular, you know where I'm going with this.
I understand.
But, like, I feel like, I don't know, back in the day, like, I didn't really care. And then, like, I guess as I kind of got more into cosplay, I cared more about, like, eyebrows. And I was like, I want to color my eyebrows. And I've tried so many methods, you guys. I know you have too.
Yeah.
I've tried so many methods. And, like, I tried eyeshadow, which eyeshadow worked for a while.
Eyeshadow works for a while.
You know, and then, like, I mean, which it still works. I know a lot of people that do eyeshadow. And I've tried, like, different methods of, like, trying to take a I don't know if it's like an eye pencil or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a white eye pencil and then like coloring it with like eyeshadow, which it still works. But I have found, I think, our saving grace, which is usually, and I don't know, I didn't like it at first because I didn't like the company that made these things, but there is a company called Kat Von D Makeup, it's different now because not Kat Von D, it is, because it's not owned by Kat Von D anymore.
I didn't know that.
It is K Vegan Beauty, I believe it's called now.
Oh, I don't know, I didn't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm. So just so you know, it is different, which is why I will continue to buy from it, because I don't agree with Kat Von D and her beliefs. But there is a product that they have that we use all the time at cosplay or at cons and things, and it's called the Dip Brow. It's a dip brow, but it's like colored dip brow.
Yeah.
So it's like you can get it in blue, you can get it in yellow, you can get it in pink, you can get it in green and purple and all these different colors. And I will say you don't have to glue your eyebrows and put it on. You don't need to do nothing. You literally just need to take the product and put it on through your brows. And it works amazing. Sorry, just a side note, that was like one of the tips that I think, definitely, if you have the money, if you have, if you can get it, like, I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Getting it. Okay, so competition cosplay. Have you ever done it?
No, never done it.
Are you ever planning to do it?
No, I have anxiety.
That is a mood.
That is far too many people to get up on a stage in front of and show off my work.
Right. I applaud anybody that can do competition cosplay. I know a lot of my friends actually do competition cosplay.
And more power to them.
Cosplay.
Y'all are incredible.
Yeah, and it's mostly you do have to make your cosplay. You do have to do all of your cosplay, by hand or whatever that you have to make. You have to make it all. I don't know. That's a little too serious for me.
I don't think I could get up on a stage with that many people staring at me.
I actually don't think I could either.
Even with a group, I think it would just... That's not me. Like, that's just never been something... Like, I think it's amazing. I love watching people do it, but it's not for me.
No, I don't know if I would ever do it. I can go on a stage. I've done it before. I went to school for music, so I had to perform in front of hundreds of people all the time by myself, solo. So I'm used to it, but at the same time, like, I feel like cosplay is more of like a hobby and is very relaxing for me, that I feel like if I ever did I feel like I would be not relaxed, like, whenever I did competition. Like, I would feel very stressed out. And I don't want to feel like that with cosplay ever. So, so that's, I think, for me, like, what it comes down to. And it is very anxiety driven, and I don't need it. I don't need the extra stuff. Okay, so I guess I can kind of say this because I know you can't really wear contacts.
I cannot wear contacts.
And, because you have a condition where
that's okay.
But yeah, no, but I would suggest, so if you were, so I guess contact suggestions. There's a lot of different places out there that you can get contacts. I have gotten contacts from almost everywhere. I know you used to.
I did try it out, but I just have an eye condition where I cannot wear contacts.
It doesn't, so.
It's not a good idea. Which is fine, you don't need them, but if you can.
No, if you don't need, never need contacts. I'm just saying this because I like wearing contacts. I have good vision. I can wear contacts.
I feel like if you can and you're comfortable with the idea of doing it,
then go ahead.
I think it looks really nice.
It does. It does.
Like but you also don't have to do it.
You don't.
You look it looks just as good.
Exactly. So, and I guess what I'm saying is like, it is hard to be able to put in contacts for the first time.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, you've never put in contacts, it is hard. And there's a lot of good tutorials out there to do that.
Oh yeah, a lot of
but I guess
tutorials.
What I would suggest in terms of like where to get them, I personally like Unique Sew. That is where I usually buy my contacts from.
That's where I used to get mine when I did attempt to wear them.
Yeah, Honey Color is also great. I used to get mine from TTDEYE.
I think that's what they're called.
Their company has not been great, so I stay away from that. But yeah, no, I like Unique Sew, I think. And they have really good quality, I think. In terms of contacts. So, and I know that they have a wide variety of, if you do actually wear glasses or contacts or whatever, like they have, very much, different types of,
You can put your prescription in.
Prescriptions, yeah. So, highly recommend it. It's great. It's fun, but, be careful. And there's definitely ways to take care of your contacts. And you need to make sure you take care of your contacts because, and make sure like if you definitely have, if they're old, just get rid of them.
What do
it's
they
as
last,
simple
a
as
year?
that.
Maybe a year.
So like it's set a year.
I don't think most of them make it that long.
Either they don't make it that long or, because you're not wearing it every day. You know what I mean?
And they're sitting in that solution.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you take really good care of them, they can last you a while. But if you don't, then they're just, which is fine because they're not that expensive. They're like...
No, they're not bad priced.
$15-$20 per pop. Which... for a good pair of... I mean, that's not terribly expensive. It is kind of, like, if you get different colors and, whatever. But yeah. I just wanted to kind of state that real quick. Wig suggestions and wig commissions.
Arta for the wigs.
Yes, agreed. I really like Arta wigs. This is an Arta wig. What is yours from?
Epic.
Epic Cosplay is a great wig place too, honestly.
If I don't go to Arta, I go to Epic.
Me
and that's
too.
Because I love Arta to death, but sometimes they don't have the lace front I need.
They're less expensive too.
Yes, the lace fronts from Epic are less expensive, and I feel like they have more of a variety.
Yes.
But Arta for other wigs, I feel like is just top quality.
Yes.
Like
so this is an Arta wig. This is the Magnum in light blonde.
I don't remember what this is called, but this is a lace front because the way her hair,
Epic.
the way her hair sits, I bought the closest thing I could get, and then you style them.
Yeah, it's really and I also recommend Epic for lace fronts, but you could also find a good so Amazon, right?
Oh,
it's up in the air. It's up in the air. You can get good quality wigs on Amazon. It is possible.
Yeah.
Usually they're more pricey. But then again, you could luck out and get a really cheap wig for a really good quality cheap wig. Yeah. It really just depends sometimes. You can get a really good or a really cheap wig with really not good quality. It just really depends on... Amazon's very up in the air with wigs and stuff. That's why I usually go to a wig shop technically, because I don't know. I find them, they have usually a lot of colors. I know that I had an issue. Oh, Etsy too. Etsy has good wigs. Etsy has good wigs.
You can usually find them commissioned styled though.
Yes.
Not the way you would buy these wigs where they would just come as the wig and you have to do it.
Yeah, you would have to style these wigs. Now, luckily, I feel like a lot of wigs from Arta, you really don't have to style too much.
God, they just have good quality fibers in those
guys,
wigs.
I'm not even joking.
So good.
It's thick too.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really thick, like, wig. Like, not heavy, you know what I'm saying? But, like...
But, like, you're not gonna see, like, the little mesh cap that they fibers sit in.
Yeah, there's a lot of wefts in
Thank you.
Arda
Wefts,
wigs. Yeah, there's a lot of wefts in Arda wigs. Now, I would say that I learned, I think, a lot about styling wigs and things like that. So, like I said, I worked on my sister's Riku wig. I also worked on this one's Pain wig.
You've done a lot of wigs
Tifa wig and, Antarcticite wig last second in the hallway because...
It was wonderful. Listen, you've done a lot of wigs.
I have done a lot of... Good. I've done, Vivi. I've done a lot of wigs, and I used to do wig commissions a long time ago. So I did a couple of commissions. I did Yuna from Final Fantasy X. I did Lelouch from Code Geass, and I also did Danny Phantom from Danny Phantom. So Danny Phantom. So I did a few wig commissions, and I don't know if I would ever open them up again. They were a lot of work.
I was gonna say, it seems like that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and like it's not like I'm not willing to put in the work because I did it. They were really fun. I got a lot of joy from it, but I don't know. It was a lot of, especially the shipping. I think that's what really did it for me, because like I could definitely style wigs all day.
But to get it to that person.
But to get it to the person that's in Arizona or whatever, like, or Florida or whatever, like it's a lot, because you have to figure out how to package that. And I will say, I think that was the hardest thing for me. Honestly, I could do wig commissions all day, but that was the packing of the wig, I think, was the hardest part for me. And I don't mind, like, doing wigs for my friends or my husband or whatever.
But I can usually come and pick it up.
Yeah, you can usually pick it up, though. Like, we can go to cons and, like...
Yeah, just bring it on the head.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. I like it. I think it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't think that I would ever open up commissions, but, if you are, I guess, if you're new and you're looking to figure out how to, I guess, cut your own wigs, I would highly suggest investing in some really good shears.
Oh, yeah.
And you can usually find that at, like, Ulta, I know, has them. You can go to, like, Sally Beauty, like a beauty store or whatever. They usually have them. But find yourself a good pair of shears. Do not use... if you can use kitchen scissors as a last resort, but I really don't... Mm-mm. I really don't like that. I don't know. I just never did it. But take your time. Don't cut too much off. Less is more. Less is more. And looking up tutorials on how to cut wigs, highly recommend as well. There's tons of different techniques, and I'm still learning to this day how to do these different techniques. And I feel like I've gotten a lot better over the years, with wigs and things. So, highly recommend that. Cosplay suggestions. Wait, why do I have this on here?
I don't know.
Cosplay suggestions. I don't know. I don't know why that was a question. We're going to move on. Cosplays that you are excited for. Cosplans that you are excited for. Cosplans that we are going to be doing together that you're excited for.
I'm excited to eventually do V. I'm very excited to finally cosplay V. Kefka.
I'm gonna be cosplaying Lady.
Yeah.
Sorry, side note.
No. Because that'll be fun. Kefka. I'm very ready to be Kefka. Yes. It's just very hard to get everything ready for Kefka.
Oh, that's gonna be a time.
Kefka is been taking me some time, but I am very excited to be Kefka.
Yeah, because you're doing that on stream too.
I am. I'm gonna stream 6 as not the whole game, but just like I'll play the whole game on stream, but I won't be Kefka every time.
Yes.
But yeah, I will be my precious evil clown man.
Yes. Good.
I look forward to Inuyasha and Kagome. We will be doing Inuyasha and Kagome.
That is a plan.
I will be Inuyasha, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure that probably was obvious.
Yeah.
But yes, I will be Inuyasha and you will be Kagome. What else are we doing?
We've talked about Final Fantasy VII. I'm excited for one of my streams, and I'm hoping you guys that it comes. But I have some things already kind of for it. I'm excited for Paimon from Genshin Impact.
Oh.
I am excited for her, and hopefully her cosplay should be here before my birthday. So I'm hoping to play it on stream on my birthday, and also cosplay Paimon on Pi Day. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I'm not heartbroken. But eventually it'll get to me. So I'm excited for that. We've talked about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, definitely want to do
doing the different versions of, Tifa and Aerith and Tifa.
The Turks.
And the Turks and things. I don't know what else Final Fantasy we were talking about. Because I have Yuna, so we were talking about Final Fantasy X and doing Lulu and Yuna and stuff.
We talked about, I want to be Freya from 9.
Oh, yeah, we talked about 9. Garnet. I want to be Garnet.
Yeah.
My husband wants to do Zidane. And then we were, I guess, I'm really excited about a couple of Boku no Hero cosplays, too.
What's the bunny lady's name?
Oh, shoot.
What's her name?
Honestly,
it has left my brain.
It starts with an M.
I want to.
Yes,
so
she's
badly.
Great. My husband wants to do Mirio, and I want to do Nijiri. And eventually I think we want to do a La Brava and Gentle Criminal cosplay.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun. I want to do more One Piece cosplays, of course.
I want to be Law at some point. I need to be Law.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Law is on the list.
Yes. I eventually want to do Kami.
I
want to do Kami. I want to do Sugar. I want to do what other One Piece cosplays?
More Robin, of course.
A couple of different versions of my man.
Yeah.
Which I cannot say. Because that will spoil.
I'm not gonna.
I actually want to cosplay Nami.
Really?
There's a version of Nami that I actually like. Can't say it because, again, spoiler. And then I think there's a couple of different versions of other characters that I think I want to do. But yeah, and I don't know. I have a lot of One Piece cosplans, and I'm trying to think of other things. Because I think we talked about Persona 4.
I want to be Rise.
Chie. And I'm trying to think of other things that we've talked about.
If you ever play Persona 3, I want to cosplay Mitsuru so badly.
Yeah. I've seen her, and she's great.
I love her.
I still need to finish Persona 4.
Okay.
Perhaps. I want to cosplay Yona from Nier, the original Nier. I have a lot on my list. I have a lot of plans.
I want to be 9S.
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
I want to do 9S.
You'd be a really good 9S, too.
Do you want to be 9s?
9s. I don't know. Like, I feel like... Pokemon.
Oh, Piers and Marnie.
Yes, Piers and Marnie. And then, I'm talking, like, Gajinka. I really want to do Vulpix.
I want to do Suicune at some point.
Yes.
Because I've already done Jolteon, so I really want to do Suicune.
Yes. I also want to do a new version of Ruby from Ruby. And my husband really wants to do the new version of Crow from Ruby. So,
And
I don't know.
Blake.
Yes. Yes. And I'm trying to think of, like, what else. Y'all, there's so many cosplans. Like,
So
it's
many.
up to our ears, like, in cosplans.
We're swimming in it.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cosplans. We've got a lot of things planned ahead.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know if conventions will happen this year. If conventions happen, cosplays will happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end. I mean, do you have anything that you want to say?
No, I'm just thanks for bringing up this topic
Yeah,
and cosplaying with me.
Yeah, this was a good topic. I really enjoyed it. I really love cosplay. I know you do as well.
I do.
And we have a lot of friends that, you know, go with us to conventions and, you know, cosplay with us, like, in groups and stuff. And it's been such a fun freaking time, honestly. Because we did, like, a huge, like, Evolution Gajinka swimsuit versions. Oh, my God. Like, and I'll probably put up a picture here what they look like. And it's just, these are usually the friends that we go with, I think, to conventions. And it's, I really love every single one of them. And it's just been so fun. And I don't know. I'm just, I can't wait. Oh, I want to do Critical Role too.
Oh, yes.
I want to do more Critical Role. I want to do more not versions. I want to do I just want to do more versions of Critical Role. Sorry, side note. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for things happening eventually, you know, once COVID starts to dwindle down and we all get vaccines and things. So, but yeah, I think that's it for now then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kat, for being here as always.
Thank you.
I can't wait till the next episode. We have a lot planned for it. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe below. We would really, really appreciate it. It helps us a lot out. Even you guys just watching, honestly, if y'all are still here to this point, like, you guys are the MVPs for real. And, you know, thank you guys for just checking us out. It means a lot to us. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys next time in the One Up Spot podcast. Yeah.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.